Crystal Avalos.
That's me, right?
Rennie, you ready or you need a break?
Yeah, I'll just save that for a second.
All right, Crystal Avalos. Court is calling 2019 CR 5823, State of Texas versus Crystal Avalos. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Brittany Sparks?
for the defense?
Andrew Fraley.
And are you Crystal Avalos?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Crystal Lorena Avalos who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 5823 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram on October 10th, 2019 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Judge, violated condition number 7 on or about the 19th day of May 2021 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Crystal Lorena Avalos, departed Bexar County without the written permission of the court and or supervision officer in violation of condition number 7.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Violated condition number 17 on or about the 4th day of May 2021 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Kristen Lorena Avalos, did then and there fail to report weekly in violation of condition number 17.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And we're going to waive all of the violations.
No objections.
Ms. Avalos, did you understand by pleading true to violations 7 and 17, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand? I'm sorry. Yes, and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 7 and 17?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 7 and 17 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
We're asking that you deny the MTR, continue her on probation, and alter and amend to add a TAP evaluation and weekly reporting and 0 tolerance. And I think it's for a 1-year extension. Judge.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you want to explain to the court why you haven't been reporting?
I had left Bexar County because I didn't have anywhere to stay. And I had spoke with my probation officer and I asked her if I had to be homeless here and she said yes. And then she said she was going to intern.
So why didn't you tell anyone you had no place to stay?
I didn't know that I wasn't able to go back to my sisters when they told me.
I'm sorry, did I misunderstand? You said you did tell your probation officer you had no place to stay?
Yes, I told her I didn't have nowhere to stay.
And what was the response?
I said if she wanted me to be homeless and or sleep on the street, and she said yes. And then there was nothing else.
So why didn't you go for Haven for Hope? All right, and then that still doesn't explain that I haven't seen you, or probation hasn't seen you since May of 2021. So where have you been?
I was living up there and then I came back to San Antonio.
Why? You didn't have a place to stay?
I have a place now and I have a job now.
My question is, you left San Antonio because you did not have a place to stay.
Right.
So why did you come back to San Antonio? Because I'm assuming you still would not have a place to stay.
No, ma'am, I do have a place to stay, which is why I came back to San Antonio.
How did you get a place to stay?
I stay with my boyfriend now.
Is this a new boyfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
So you met a new boyfriend while you were not in San Antonio?
No, I've known him. He's been my friend for a while.
So when did he become your boyfriend?
About a year ago.
Do you have children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
She's gonna be 17, 10 and 11.
And where are they?
They're with my sister. She has custody.
So Child Protective Services involved,
Yes, ma'am.
which means, have your parental rights been terminated or are you still working on getting your children back?
I'm still working on getting them back.
And so your idea of getting your children back was to move in with this new boyfriend. Is that correct?
So that's not my idea of getting my children back. No.
All right, do you understand that when Child Protective Services cases are open, the number one thing they always tell you is don't get involved with anyone else in a relationship because your children don't really know them. And so what your plan is, I'm assuming defense, is that she's hoping to get custody of her daughters back and then bring her daughters into a home with her boyfriend. Is that correct?
Judge, I think that in the short term, what we had discussed was she has a place to stay. She has a way to get to and from probation. She has a job that she's working at, and she's going to be sober. So that in itself is going to be on the right track. She cannot get her kids back until she's got her life settled, which, again, being the first step would be to resolve these cases, get her probation on track, go forward with the TAP evaluation, zero tolerance. She has to do that first. At some point in the future, that's a different story, Judge. But right now, I think it's a short term versus a long term. So short term, what we talked about was getting these cases, continue probation, get her life back on track. Her sister has custody, so I'm not sure about the visitation schedule, but it's not like they're in some stranger's custody. It's her sister. So for right now, it's a short-term solution.
Well, I can tell you what I'm not going to allow, because I don't know what Child Protective Services is doing, but I do know what has happened, what usually happens when you have a boyfriend and you have teenage daughters or young daughters, and you're just bringing these daughters into the household. Because let me just tell you what you have to think about. I don't know anybody who wants to take on the care of someone else's children. I mean, sometimes there's the miracle person out there who's a great guy. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
But usually no one wants to do that, right?
Right.
Because it's extra, children are beautiful. I love children. I think they're great, but it's still baggage. And the fact that you're on probation, that's baggage. And that's baggage and suitcases that you're asking somebody else to carry. And at the airport, they don't have those push carts anymore. You have to carry that baggage yourself. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to deny the motion. Going to alternate amend conditions. And I have previously said that she had to have parenting classes, roars. She's supposed to be doing all of that. And she was supposed to be having proof of employment, alcohol testing. So that's all in her previous conditions. So we're going to still keep her previous conditions. And we're going to do the UA hotline. And there should be no unsupervised contact with minors. There should be CPS compliance. And with regards to the no unsupervised contact with minors, her boyfriend cannot be the chaperone. What's your boyfriend's name?
Lino.
Sorry, what?
Lino
Lino what?
Gutierrez.
All right. How do you spell that first name?
Lino.
Okay, Lino Gutierrez. So her boyfriend, Mr. Lino Gutierrez, is not allowed to be the chaperone. And I hope he knows with Child Protective Services, if you're planning on getting your children back, that means that he has to do the services as well. If he doesn't, you're not going to get your children back, potentially. All right, and then we can do a TAP evaluation and follow those recommendations. Extend for 1 year. And there's to be weekly reporting. Is there anything else from either side? State?
No, Judge.
Defense?
Nothing further on.
Probation, is there anything else she needs?
Your Honor, if we're extending her for 1 year from her expiration date, she expired in October, so that would only give her, October of this year.
All right, we're going to extend 2 years. And let me make sure. Yes, so we're going to extend 2 years. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's get the facts straight. She loves a verbal ashtray. Never blowing smoke when she gets pissed. She's quick to castrate. Love her on a good day, love her on a bad day. Either way, she's here to stay, stay, stay. Call up holy, holy, holy,